So I'll introduce you guys, and then we'll be good to go.
Awesome.
Hey, hello everyone. This is Elegant. Just introducing our two runners, Riles G and Octini, who will be doing Final Fantasy 1 PSP. Then you guys are good to go.
All right. Cool. Hi, everybody. Thanks for having us. I'm Octini. That's Riles. He's my younger brother.
Also more talented brother.
Debatable. He is really good at this game, though. I'm probably going to get destroyed. If we're being honest. Anyway, we'll count it down, and then we'll start. Riles, you want to do the honors? Can someone get my 10-month-old away from me, please?
So we will get going in 3, 2, 1, go. So we're going to do a glitch pretty much right away. So once we get through all of our mashing, I will explain what exactly we did. Whoops.
Nailed it.
Mine was okay. So we both just went through a menu and did an equipment glitch that basically makes the PSP run a run.
Because the game is also available for Nintendo and I think Game Boy. And then there's the Pixel remaster.
Yeah, there's a lot of versions out there. But there's an equipment glitch that lets us duplicate items and create items out of thin air. So to make it work, you have to put on cursor memory. So we both did that in a quick menu. And then we bought a hammer and turned that hammer into 5 knights' armors. And here in just a minute, we're going to turn a leather helmet, I think is what it is. Which is a very strong staff that can cast the spell Flare. And so we're going to take advantage of that for our first few fights that we have to do.
Basically, the idea is that the item duplication glitch allows us to get really good equipment, really powerful weapons and armor, like late game and even post game items really early on, so that we can just stomp basically every encounter we get, despite being underleveled.
Yeah,
that's the idea. It also lets us put like armor that, you know, there's armor slots for a helmet, gloves, armor, and shoes. Is it shoes? I don't even know.
Boots, I think, is what it's called.
Whatever. And you're supposed to only be able to put boots on the boots slot and armor on the armor slot and so on and so forth. But we can put whatever we want on whatever slot we want. So you just get the thing with the highest defense and you put it on every defense slot is the idea. So eventually we're going to be walking around with 3 different thieves' armlets equipped to every character.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of the equipment that we're going to get is going to be focused on speed and intelligence, because for the most part, we're going to be running from encounters. We really only fight encounters that we have to. There are a few random encounters that are unrunnable, and then, of course, bosses we have to fight.
And long-time watchers of the really, really long-a-thon will have at some point seen a Final Fantasy IX speedrun, because it's a really long speedrun. Final Fantasy I is like the mini Final Fantasy IX in that it is extremely RNG heavy. Encounters are random and occur at a high frequency. And like Ryle said, we run from most of them, but Some take longer to run from than others. There are some that are not runnable. You have to fight them. So that can really make or break your run is what your encounter luck is like.
Yeah, and it is truly there's no step route. The best we can do is try to step on overworld tiles that have lower encounter rates. So like a forest has a higher encounter rate than a grassland, and the grassland has a higher encounter rate than like the blue marshy bit. But both of us are about to walk through a huge forest because we really don't have a choice. So we just do what we can.
Man, speaking of, this walk is not being very kind to me.
Oh, maybe I'll catch up. I think you're a little bit ahead of me.
I think we're basically in the same spot right now, based on the lag, the delayed stream I'm watching. Yeah, so there's quite a bit of skill involved in just having optimal movement and knowing what to do with different encounters and having good menuing, because menuing is fairly complicated in this game, what with the all the item glitching that you do. But there's also a lot of luck.
To explain the item glitch a little bit more for those of you that are curious, we have to, so in menus, in most games that have this sort of menu system, you can switch between characters. I should get more of those. By using the shoulder buttons, right? And so the way it works is we try to access one character's menu at the same time we switch to another character, and it confuses the game.
And the timing's really tight. I think it might have to be frame perfect. I'm not sure if there's a window or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I just hit them at the same time.
Yep.
It takes some practice. Once you practice it a little bit, it becomes pretty simple. But we just use Flare to get through those pirates, because it's an overpowered spell that we shouldn't have yet. And they give us their ship.
Yeah, you beat those pirates up so bad that the pirate captain is like, "Here, please take the ship and leave us alone." And it's great.
Yeah. And even same. Even though we can run from ocean encounters, you can opt to kill them instead because they're very difficult to run from until you have better equipment. Right. So like Octini is stuck trying to run from his encounter. Meanwhile, I'm killing mine. I shouldn't have said that out loud. I should have let you suffer.
No, what I usually do. So what Riles was just saying is some enemy encounters are just a lot faster than others. And that makes it hard to run from. On land, that tends to be wolves. Wolves are really tough to run from. In the water, it's the Sahagins. The Sahagins are the wolves of the sea. And so what I usually do is I try for one turn to run, and if I don't get it first turn, I just kill him.
Yeah. If I were like trying to grind out a PB, I would try to run from everything probably, but
yeah. And the order, so the character classes that we use is deliberate. This is what we found to be the most optimal party for this run, because they all have different strengths, right? But the order of the characters as well is deliberate. The person in the first slot, which is our warrior, is the most likely to be attacked by your enemies. So basically, you put the characters with the highest health and defense, in the front of the line, so that they get hit the most. And the warrior really is kind of the punching bag for the whole run. Oh gosh darn it. He spends a little bit, not as much as he used to. There was about a year ago, a pretty significant update that was made to the speedrun route. And before that update, the warrior spent probably half the run dead. by design. Now it's only a few minutes. But the real MVP of this speedrun is the Black Mage. The Black Mage, especially in the second half, does all the heavy lifting. Deals out a lot of punishment, and it's great.
Yeah. And in addition to placing characters based off of likeliness of being attacked, because of some of the finer details of the equipment glitch, we have to put them in specific spots. I'm not going to try to explain all of it right now just because I'm bad at words sometimes, and I think it really makes more sense if it's being exhibited. But we're going to have to do a formation swap later to make the glitch work.
Yeah, we move the black and white mage around twice, actually. We move him once, and then right before the last fight, we move him back. Which is always funny when you do like a naming scheme that spells something out. About halfway through, whatever you've spelled out gets messed up.
Yes.
My current PB, which is on speedrun.com for all to see. The characters, the party name is Riles is the worst.
Is that still your PB?
Yeah.
Goodness.
And at the time, it bopped you.
Yes, that's right.
It was adding insult to injury.
What?
But it did not take Riles very long to bop me right back. I mentioned earlier, Riles is very, very good at this game. I'm pretty good, or at least I used to be. I'm really out of practice these days. I think we both are. But
Yes.
we're both top 10 on the leaderboards, but Riles is third, and for a time was second. The rewrite, it's not really a rewrite, it was just an update of the route. Made it, I don't want to say it's faster. I think it has potential to be faster if the run goes well. If the run goes badly, it has the it has the potential to go really, really badly. So there's a lot more variance. Anyway, after that update, there were quite a few PBs, and Riles got one of them. He got the second ever 121 in this run. And it was very impressive. And that time has since been beat, but now there's two whole people with 121s.
3.
Oh, I suppose. Is this gonna work out? Is this gonna work out? Yes! Sweet. I only got 2 Piscos, but my warrior just died, so we're good.
Oh. I'm like 2/3 of the way to the castle, so
Okay.
you're doing great.
Anyway.
But so the route change, if you're familiar with Final Fantasy 1, you can get like a class upgrade, which Kipo in chat kind of alluded to. And we used to always get the class upgrade. We don't anymore, which made the last boss fight a lot riskier. The entire last dungeon is a lot more dangerous than it used to be. But it cuts out, like, I think 10 minutes of extra content that isn't actually specifically required. And I think the old world record was like a 122, 123 or something, held by Soma. And since then, there's a lot of times faster than that. Forsyth, the current world record holder, has put up like 2 or 3 119s, which once upon a time was just unthinkable.
Yeah. Especially without, there's a thing called the emergency exit that you can do if you want to really kind of go for high risk, high reward strats. There's a mini game you can play called 15 Puzzle that if you, you have to get second place. You can't win. You have to get second place. Is that right?
Yeah.
In
Which
the
starts
game.
at 30 seconds.
Right. And then if you get second place, there is a 1 in 6.
6?
1 in 6 chance that your reward for getting second place will be an emergency exit, which basically is an escape rope. If you're a Pokemon player, it's a teleport, whatever. It lets you out of a dungeon, which is great because you don't have to backtrack out of a dungeon, and it saves a lot of time. But it's also, oh gosh darn it, it's really hard to get. So like Riles and I
only
don't
other
ever
place
go for it.
Yeah. The
don't
only
even
other
know
place you
how.
can get an emergency exit is in the final dungeon, which is so much later than we need it. But there are 2 dungeons. Yeah, that's where I want to go. Hopefully we both bought gold needles. If you forgot Octini, you might want to go get those.
I got them.
They're not strictly required, but if you need them, you need them. But there are 2 dungeons where an emergency exit is super useful. And I think the current world record actually has 2 emergency exits in it. Which poor Scythe just put hours and hours and hours into the first 15 minutes of the run to try to get 2 emergency exits.
The old world record, when Soma had the world record, and I think Soma had a 120 pre route update. I think it was 120, and it was pretty tough to beat at the time. He does not have any emergency exits in his PB, which is really impressive.
Yeah.
But yeah, Riles and I, neither one ever bother with emergency exit. I actually don't even know how to do it. I know the theory behind it, but I do not know the execution.
Yeah, it's a slide puzzle. So if you are a puzzler, then it's not too bad. But I hate slide puzzles with a deep and burning passion, if I'm being completely honest. And it's you have to get all 16 of the tiles in order. And it's just I've never bothered with it.
Yep. And you can't do it too slow, but you also can't do it too fast, or else you won't get second place.
Yep.
It's tough. I don't see myself ever really bothering with it.
No, I'm very happy with my PB. It took a lot of runs. Because a lot of this game, there's a lot of skill to it, but there is also a lot of just get good RNG.
Yeah, the grind is really a grind.
Yes. And my PB, I got incredibly lucky. Frankly, I should have died in the last boss fight in my PB.
Yeah, you should
have. And I'm probably the luckiest FF1 runner in the world. With how kind Chaos was.
I remember watching that back the first time, knowing what time you got, like knowing it worked out, and still being scared to death that something was going to go wrong.
Yeah, I did my PB was an offline run. And as mentioned at the start of this, Octini and I are brothers. And during a cutscene, I had texted him the time for one of my splits. And then I came to find out for like the next 40 minutes, he had been texting my wife, asking what my timer was at. Wow, this menu is going poorly.
That could have been a worse Thief Armlet menu. The menu went really well, except for the part where I accidentally took the Judgment Staff off of the Warrior. Up until then, it was great.
I also did that. Okay, that was the slowest menu I've ever done. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Hey, I'm getting good in counter luck right now, though. I say jinxing
myself. So in that menu, we gave everybody 3 Thief's Armlets, which makes us run better. And then we also got Sage's Staff.
Yeah, hopefully Wolves and Sahagins will be less of a problem now.
Yes.
It'll be fast.
And the Sage's Staff is going to make our spells better. You might have noticed one of them went on to the Thief. That will be fixed before terribly long.
Yeah, it's mostly just a placeholder.
Yeah. Just because menus are weird.
Right. Well, the Thief is the only other character we have the ability, because he's in the right spot in the party. He's the only other character we have the ability to get the Sage's Staff onto. And then once we have it, we can put it onto somebody else. So the next time we do a menu, we're going to fix that and put it on the person it's supposed to be on.
Yeah. Once you create an item, if you remove it from someone, you can equip it naturally to someone else. Mm-hmm. So it's not like the item only exists while it's equipped. You then have it.
Which we take advantage of at the very beginning. The very first time we do a menu, right at the very beginning of the run, we create an extra Knight's Armor. Like, we put Knight's Armor on everybody, but we put 2 on the Warrior, and then immediately take the second one off and turn around and sell it. We use it just to get a bunch of money, so that we can then buy good stuff. And here in a little while, since we're not using the Knight's Armors at all anymore, we're going to sell all of the Knight's Armor, and then we never need to worry about money again for the rest of our lives. Wouldn't it be nice if the world worked that way?
Right. And it's like, if you watched my Octopath run yesterday, where I had to go and pick up all the items to make sure I had enough money for the final boss, and you just barely have enough money for the whole run, you don't worry about money at all in this run. We just glitch it into the world. We haven't talked about plot at all, but this is one of my favorite spots. We give this dwarf some TNT.
What's to talk about?
Yeah, exactly. But we give this dwarf some TNT, and then he just blows a hole into the continent so we can
it's his lifelong dream.
So we have created a canal.
Some people want to grow up to be doctors. Some people want to grow up to be firefighters. That dude wanted to grow up to blow a hole in the world. And I respect it.
Absolutely. I don't know how this cavern isn't flooding right now, but we'll take it.
Shh. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, the plot of this game is paper thin, so just don't worry about it.
Yeah, the inciting incident is our party shows up out of nowhere, literally, and they're like, "Hey, we're the Warriors of Light. We're here to save the world." And everybody's like, "Aight."
Yeah. One thing, so if you are a Final Fantasy fan, you've probably at least heard of, if not seen, if not played, Strangers of Paradise. I have not seen anything. I have not played it yet. Please don't spoil anything for me, because it's on my to-do list. And in Strangers of Paradise, from what I can tell, the protagonist is Jack Garland, who was the first person we killed in this game.
Jack Garland. It's just... What self-respecting Final Fantasy protagonist's first name is Jack?
Right?
Especially given everybody else's names in these games. Like, this game is so high fantasy. Everybody's got cool, fantastical names. And then this dude's name is Jack. I can't. I'm sure it's a great game, but...
Yeah,
Jack.
Who knows? So I'm assuming, he's done it, or he forgot. But the most recent menu we did, we glitched in these items called barbarian swords.
I did that. We're good.
Which do not exist in the original Final Fantasy 1. They were added in the anniversary edition, which is this. Along with like some post-game dungeons. So bonus content.
It's the strongest weapon in the game.
Yeah, it is the strongest weapon in the game. We should not have access to them. Holy crap, this is a bad ambush. But
and we're going to use it to just lay waste to everybody.
Yes, it will stay equipped to the Warrior and the Thief for the rest of the run.
Yep.
And we will never have to worry about a boss again.
Yep. The vast majority of encounters from here on out will be one turn. A lot of them will be one hit.
Yes. Man, am I going to lose this race?
I don't know, man. I just beat the vampire.
I just got to the second floor of Earth Cavern.
I mean, you close really strong. So I expect to come back.
That's true. The last time we did a race like this, I was behind for most of it.
Mm-hmm. When I got my oh shoot, muscle memory. I tried to run. I got Pisco Demons. This is one of those we mentioned. Some encounters are unrunnable. This is one of them. It's just some, I don't know why. Some enemies are that way. You cannot run from them. So these Pisco Demons I'm going to have to kill. But I'm just so used to holding the flee buttons when I get an encounter in the wild. I didn't even look to see who it was. Anyway.
Hey, did you
when
do a
I got
safety
my
save?
current... You go.
Did you do a safety save on third floor?
Nah.
Okay, we'll YOLO. That's fine.
I like to live dangerously. When I got my current PB, at the time, it bopped Riles. And the PB that he had at the time was a terrible first half. And it's not... I always refer to it as half. It's not actually half. It's really closer to a third. But we always kind of look at a barometer for how the run is going. We check the time when you beat Lich, which is the first of the 4 fiends that you have to defeat, like big bosses. And his Lich time in his old PB was awful. It was awful. It was so bad. It was the kind of time that like I would have 100% reset that run. But he kept going, and the back half of the run is the fastest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was mind-bogglingly good. And then basically all he did in his current PB was that same back half with a good first half. He just improved the first half and did the second half the same way and put up the second fastest time ever.
Oh, Bat, please move. Please move, Bat. Get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, so this happens sometimes where NPCs decide they're going to block you. And all you can do is just try to walk into them, and that makes them move faster. But it's incredibly frustrating.
Yeah, if you're walking into them, they will move. They will move, but not always out of your way. So you just kind of have to keep on bumping into them until they're gone. And that happens sometimes, like in towns that are densely populated.
Miss Ray,
No,
that's just a
Ray,
show for the stream. Yeah, that's not true.
Ray, no, you misunderstand. What I'm doing is I'm trying to talk him up and make him seem really impressive. So when I defeat him, I have that much more glory. That's the move. Thanks for making me reveal my dastardly plan.
One important, actually, like speedrun route thing I want to note. Going forward, for the most part, we are not going to heal Warrior or Thief. Unless, like, my Warrior just got, like, too low. Because we want them to die in a little while. And so we don't want to heal them up all the way and then get stuck with very healthy frontliners.
Yep. Yeah, in a little bit, the Warrior and the Thief need to be dead because we have to do some level grinding for the 2 mages. And level grinding is easier when you don't have to split your experience with other party members. And if you're dead, you don't get any experience. So they're going to die just for a little while, and then we revive them. And that's one of the changes to the route. It used to be we needed them both dead, and then after the grind was over, we revived the Thief, but not the Warrior. And the Warrior just stayed dead for another half an hour after that. Now he gets revived at the same time as the Thief. Oh my gosh, so many encounters.
Good. Holy crap. What's your black mage health at?
Pretty good. It's like 126 or something.
Holy crap! Really?
Yeah, I got good rolls. Stats are randomized in this game.
Yeah. Everything about this game is RNG.
Yeah. And the one that we tend to be concerned about is the black mage health. It has a habit of being kind of low. And we need it relatively high, especially because that section that's coming up, we were talking about the warrior and the thief need to be dead. What we usually do to kill them is we let their health get kind of low, and then we heal up the mages. And then we hope that an encounter we get, we want the enemy to use Thundara, which attacks the entire party. And we just pray that it doesn't kill either of the mages when it takes out the warrior and the thief. Well, if the black mage's health is too low, he can be at full health and still get killed by Thundara. But I should be good. It never does.
You'll be fine. Whereas, like, I only have one more required fight before the fight that we hope kills our black mage and warrior, or our thief and warrior. And my black mage currently only has a maximum of 75 HP.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping for a really good roll after the next boss on HP level.
Are we really up over 30 minutes already? Neither one of us is exactly setting the world on fire with these runs.
No, this is not a great run.
A really good time, and I'm on my way to kill Lich right now, but it's going to be a little bit. I got to get through 5 floors of the Earth Cavern, and I just got to the Earth Cavern.
I'm almost caught up to you.
A really good Lich time is 30 minutes. There's only like 2 dudes who have ever had a sub 30 Lich. Porsyth, the world record holder, is one of them. And he's done it a couple of times at least.
Yeah. Well, and so, like, after we killed Vampire, we had to walk out of this dungeon. That's one of the spots where you really want an emergency exit to just take you back to the entrance.
Yep. The other one is called Waterfall Cavern. And the Waterfall Cavern isn't actually all that big. It's only 1 floor. But it has the highest encounter rate in the game. So it's really nice to be able to walk out of.
Yes.
Wolves, if you could not, that'd be great.
Nah, keep doing it. Keep doing it.
This is everywhere, man. Piscos.
Hey.
Cool. I didn't try and run from them this time. Good job.
Proud of you.
Thanks,
this is one of the only dungeons in the game that we have to double dip.
I think it's the only dungeon in the game we have to double dip. Unless you count Chaos Shrine, which you shouldn't.
That's true.
Yeah, the first time we come here, we do the first 3 floors, and the second time we come here, we do 5. And I just got to the 4th floor, so this is new.
Oh, I am very slightly ahead of you. Although I also just got a Pisco Demon fight. So you probably passed me. Yeah, and we are on our way to fight Lich, who is the first of 4 fiends. Who are kind of the things running amok around the world, causing the end of the world to come. So we're gonna defeat all 4 fiends as we go. We do sequence break. We don't actually defeat them in the intended order.
Really? I actually did not know that.
Yeah, well, we used to, and then we changed the order with the new route.
Oh, that's true. Hang on, potion. And I'm going to save.
Yeah, so Lich can outspeed your attacks, and he can cast Blizzara and just end the run. Yep. So we will both be healing our mages and saving.
It's a very important safety save right here. Because you can do everything right, and the run could be over.
Yes. So if Octini wipes here, I will be ahead of him, because I'm going into the encounter.
Don't you do it. Ha! physical attack. Suck it.
No.
And I'm not going to be underleveled at all. I got 3 Pisco Demon encounters in that descent.
Okay,
So we're
through
racking up the EXP.
There's really only 2 more scary parts of the run.
Yeah.
The rest of it is really pretty safe. One of the scary parts is an entire dungeon.
Uh-huh.
And
So
then
yeah,
the other...
you sometimes will save the first time we do Earth Cavern. I never do. I do that save right before Lich. I save at the beginning of the Ice Cavern because it can be kind of scary, and I save at the beginning of the Chaos Shrine at the very end because it can also be very, very scary. And that's pretty much what I do even outside of marathons, just because it doesn't take that much time, and if something goes wrong, you'll be very grateful that you did.
Yes.
The only times I'll skip those is when I'm just really YOLOing it, and I'll skip all of those. I'll also skip the like the gold needles that we picked up earlier, and I'll just see what happens.
Yeah. And you'll probably see me save multiple times in Ice Cavern. I've had Ice Cavern go wrong for me a lot.
Yeah, and Ice Cavern's very long.
Yeah.
So it is smart to save multiple times. I probably won't, but this is why Riles is better at the game than I am, because he does smart things.
Oh, this is a bad encounter. Okay.
Oh no.
Please don't paralyze White
unlocked, are you?
Mage. I am now!
Oh no! Okay, so what happened to Riles stinks, because paralysis does wear off, but it takes a while. And right now he can't do anything. He can't attack, he can't flee, and the enemies are just going to keep attacking. And I think their attacks can re-up the paralysis. So he can be stuck here for a very long time, which is a bummer.
Yeah, usually what I'll do is if they get like 2 characters stunned, I'll either throw a Judgment Staff or I'll have Black Mage cast Fira. But they didn't give me the chance. Wow, this is a long one. Game, please.
Oh, no. What am I doing?
Okay, there we go. Please let him cast the spell. Thank you. Hey, do I just keep my warrior and my thief dead?
You can. It makes it hard to run from stuff if the thief is dead.
That's true. I'll think about it. I haven't even gotten on the ship yet.
I just did the black garb menu, and I took 5 seconds to check my notes to make sure I did it right. Oh no!
Yeah, some of the menus are pretty confusing, because the first few menus, you kind of just put the same thing on everybody.
Yeah.
Let's kill this encounter to be safe. And then as we get farther in the game, it's like, everybody gets this except for this person. And things like that.
Well, and there's one in the Sunken Shrine, which is the water temple of Final Fantasy 1. And as everyone knows, water temples are the worst. There's a menu we do there where we put an item, 3 items actually. We put 3 items on the thief, and then immediately take them off, and then do something else, and then put them back on. It doesn't make sense. I mean, it does. If you stop to think about the logic behind it, it does make sense. But it just seems so counterintuitive. So yeah, the menus in this game are weird.
Yeah,
it's probably the hardest part of learning the run is memorizing the menus.
Yeah.
And speaking of, if anyone has ever wanted to get into Final Fantasy speedrunning, but doesn't, is intimidated by the 7, 8, 9 hour long runs that you see sometimes. Oh, sweet. My warrior's poisoned. Thanks. Perfect timing. I need him dead in like 2 minutes. But yeah, if you're intimidated by the long runs and the step routes and all that jazz, Final Fantasy 1, the PSP version especially, is great. Is a great introductory Final Fantasy run. It's very accessible, super easy to learn. The route is like really, really clear. It's got some menuing, so you can kind of get used to, learning some complex menuing and stuff like that. It's really, really nice. Okay, I'm saving an ice cavern.
Yeah, it's a quick run. It's uber accessible. And I have always found everyone to be really helpful in Discord.
Yeah, the community is really good. It's a large leaderboard compared to, a lot of leaderboards. But it is not like an overwhelmingly active competitive community. So you won't be like, if you join the Discord, you're not going to be like intimidated by just the level of activity and stuff like that. It's super accessible.
Now, you might be if you don't mute some channels. Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 2 share a Discord for all of the versions of their runs. So, like, I have a whole bunch of muted threads in the Discord for things I don't run and I don't know anything about.
Yeah, I think the only channels, there's, 20 channels probably at least in that Discord server. I think the only channels I have unmuted are Final Fantasy 1 PSP, Final Fantasy 2 Pixel Remaster, which I don't even run yet, and general speedrunning. All the other channels I have muted. Hey, Warrior's dead. Now
oh my goodness. So I've been running a lot of Final Fantasy 2 Pixel Remaster recently.
Yeah, you PB'd yesterday.
I did PB yesterday. But in all the Pixel Remasters, you can close out of the menu by just pressing the menu button again. So I keep trying to do that to get out of my menus, and then nothing happens. I'm like, why aren't you working?
I killed him, so it doesn't matter at this point, but Ice Gigas and Winter Wolves in the... We literally talked about this yesterday, didn't we? I think I asked you the exact same question. We don't think we can run from them, right? I'm pretty sure I have to fight them.
I'm 89% positive that you cannot... Oh, I have my notes open to that part, actually.
The notes say just Ice Gigas. I checked. But I feel like that might not be right. I don't know.
I think you need to kill them.
Okay. Give me... No. Kill my thief. Kill my thief. Give me Thundara. Thank you.
Man, you're so far ahead of me. Okay. Leggy Starscream, who I just saw in the chat, is also a very talented Final Fantasy runner. And I think runs multiple versions of FF1.
Pretty sure.
And a few of the Pixel remasters.
Yeah. Okay, so I am now entering into my level grind. Now, I've done quite a few encounters that I didn't need to do. Well, that I did need to do, but weren't, like, guaranteed encounters. Like, I had a few unrunnables. So this might not take too long. I need to get both of these mages up to level 18, is the idea.
I didn't realize my black mage was out of MP. Whoops.
We're at 15 right now. My black mage is pretty low, yeah. I was kind of keeping an eye on it because I was using Thundara quite a bit. 16.
Well, I used some extra spells because I hadn't revived my thief. And I was on the ocean. I was like, well, maybe I can just kill things. And then I decided that was a bad idea. So now my thief is alive again. But
should
please
be one
just let me run. Yeah, so Ryan is doing the level grind. Octini, sorry. And we want to get our characters to level 18 or to level 17 plus a fight. They need to be level 19, level 20, something like that. The next time we go shopping for spells. And so if you get them to level 18 here, they're definitely going to be there. If you get them to level 17 plus one fight, they're probably going to be there. I'll probably get them to 18 just to be safe.
Yeah, I always do 18. It's one extra fight, and that it's a guaranteed one turn fight. It's high XP, and you know exactly where you can get it. So I always do it.
These undead encounters are just not playing nice today. So my thief already died, and the spike encounter, I just told white mage defend and black mage Fira, and they immediately stunned my black mage.
Oh my gosh. Well, I didn't need to do the all the way to 18. I could have done 17 plus 1.
Are you getting a ton of unrunnables?
I killed two groups of Piscos on my way out of the cavern.
Wow. All right, my turn to grind for levels. Oh, you remembered to grab the Levistone, right?
Yes. Yeah, I do that after the first Evil Eye. I always do it before the grind.
I usually do, but I've also forgotten in the past. The whole reason we come to Ice Cavern is to get the Levistone.
Every time you say, "Do you remember to?" I freak out. I'm like, I don't know, did I?
I'm secretly hoping that you'll tell me you forgot to, and that I will have suddenly gotten a huge lead.
Oh, you know I'm gonna forget to do I'm gonna forget to give the Rosetta Stone to Professor What's-His-Face.
Gilderoy Lockhart?
Yeah, thank you. You know I'm gonna do something like that. Or I'm gonna get to, you know what I've done before? I get to Chaos Shrine, I play the lute, but then I don't actually, step into the thing. So I just walk all the way back out.
I just did that while practicing the other day.
So you walk all the way back out, and then you're like, oh, wait, we haven't time traveled yet.
Uh-huh. Well, you've already time traveled at that point. I don't even understand what's happening there.
Does anyone?
Yeah.
The plot of this game, thin as it is, still doesn't actually make any sense. Literally until you get to the final boss fight, and there's just this gigantic exposition dump. Like he does a classic villain monologue where he just explains the plot of the game.
That's very true.
It's like the developers realized, oh, we made this way too confusing. Better write in an explanation. All right, I am going to the Gypsy Caravan. Which should be called something other than the Gypsy Caravan, because Gypsy is a slur.
Isn't it just called the Desert Caravan?
Oh, well, in that case, great.
I thought it was just called the Desert Caravan.
Okay, cool. In that case, I apologize.
Yeah, if you are not a part of the Final Fantasy 1 PSP community, but you were familiar with the runs in the past, this is really where the route changes. So once upon a time, we got our airship and we went straight to the class change stuff. But now we get the airship and we go straight for the water dungeon. And from there, just everything is different.
About my high potions.
I am still in my canoe.
I'm so glad that you came up with the idea of buying high potions here instead of Crescent Lake. It's a better
so much faster.
It really is.
And when I say so much faster, I mean 3 steps, but still.
Shavil, this is PSP, PlayStation Portable.
Yes. We are both playing on an emulator.
Yeah.
PPSSPP. I do own a PSP. Where is that thing? It's somewhere in this room.
Collecting dust.
I own this game for it, actually. Oh, there it is.
Do you really?
Yeah. When I was learning the run, I would sit on the couch with my wife while watching Netflix, and I would practice it on my PSP.
Yo, that's dope. Hey, did you ever look for your GameCube?
No.
How dare you?
Sorry.
Oh, no! Ah!
I still have GameCube games, so I would think I have my GameCube. Anyways, none of you people need to listen to two brothers talk about things like that.
Riles owned a first generation PS3, which these days is like owning a bar of gold. And when our dad sold our childhood home, I think it must have gotten lost in the shuffle because no one knows where it is anymore, and I'm so sad about it.
Yeah, it was one of the like uber fat ones that was played PS1 and PS2 games.
Yeah.
Which was incredible.
Yeah, it had full backwards compatibility. And these days those things go for like several $100s.
At that desert caravan, we did buy giant tonics, which we need for the very last fight. So if you're curious why we were buying those.
Yep, they're like steroids. They buff you up.
Yes.
For the final boss.
They increase our HP.
By like 200.
Yeah. Yeah, I really wish we knew where our fatty PS3 was.
Dude, I tell you, I still live in the same town that our childhood home was, and I'm like more than 45% tempted to drive out to that house and bother the people who bought it and be like, hey, would you mind if I like rummaged around in the basement a little bit? Because I wouldn't be surprised if it's down there.
I still
Especially
have.
It's got like a home theater set up down there, so there's a bunch of AV equipment, and there might just be a PlayStation 3 sitting down there with all the AV equipment that like nobody knows what it is.
That's true. And what's frustrating to me, like I don't have that anymore, but I still have like PS2 games, and I don't have anything to play them on.
Yeah,
so
I've still got my
sell those.
I've still got my first gen PS2. It's like a 30K PS2.
Well, and I never, because I think you got PS2.
You eventually got your own. You had a PS2 Slim for a while.
I have a PS3 Slim.
Oh, I thought you had a PS2 Slim. All right.
I don't know. But we are both in the water dungeon. The water dungeon has 3 potential unrunnable encounters.
I've already gotten a couple of them.
And the Black Mage is our tool to deal with all of them.
Yes, this is the part of the run where the Black Mage starts doing the heavy lifting and will continue to do so through the rest of the run.
Yes.
The dude is an MVP. Because our physical attacks do a lot of damage because we have these incredible weapons. But you can only attack one enemy at a time, and a lot of enemy encounters have a lot of enemies. Like this one here, I have 9 enemies I have to contend with. Well, the Black Mage can wipe them all out in one shot.
Yeah.
Assuming they let me attack. Thank you.
Man, I have 2 Sahagin encounters in a row.
See, that I don't mind. It's the unrunnables that you get where you have to
change the spell over and over again.
The Black Mage does, yeah.
Yeah, so since we have cursor memory enabled, that also applies to battle menus. And so if you don't have to change any of your battle inputs, you just hold X, which is super handy. But then, like, I just had a ghost encounter, So for 2 encounters in a row, I was able to just hold X for Thundara. But then Ghost, I have to use Fira. And so there's a small menu change, which, I mean, first world problems. But
I got a weird menu coming up. This is the one that I told y'all about where... Oh, shoot.
yeah, so Octini's doing the survival vest menu, which got weird when we got rid of class change. And so now we have to create survival vests, unequip them from the thief, and then act like we're going to equip them to the thief to be able to give them to the warrior. Which makes the menu just...
That went okay.
It just makes the menu a little bit awkward. Wow. Sometimes I get through this water dungeon place with like 0 unrunnable encounters. And I think I'm at like 5, 6. And I'm not even back to the normal floor.
I just got turned around.
Oh no, he's lost. Yeah,
you sound really concerned.
Well, I gotta make up time somehow.
We're good. I'm back on track. I just got turned around for a minute. Fortunately, I did not pay for it. Lucked out.
Which is surprising. Sometimes I swear this game knows when you make a mistake in the speedrun.
Uh-huh.
And just punishes you for it.
Yep. The game's like, oh, I see you took 1 wrong step on a single tile that you shouldn't have. Let me give you 6 extra encounters.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm up to 6 Sahagin encounters. There's so many of them.
Ugh. My Kraken was a 2-round fight. I try and get out of Kraken with just 1 turn. That's fine.
Yeah, so Kraken was the next fiend. So Octini is at 2 of 4 bosses that we know about defeated. Spoiler alert, there's more than 4.
Well, no. There's only 4.
Well, yeah, okay, 5.
Oh, all right, that's fair. We haven't seen the last of these fiends.
No.
We get Fiend Fight Part 2 Electric Boogaloo later.
Yes. And once again, the scariest of all of them is Lich.
Still Lich. Yep, still the first one. Lich can just decide to ruin your day.
Okay, my
Lich
turn.
is like that meme where the dude is like, I'm about to end this whole man's career. Lich is just that meme. Somebody remind me to make a meme template with just a picture of Lich and that text later. It'd be very funny for a very, very small set of people. Okay, so I'm now in the Waterfall Cavern, which we mentioned earlier is the other place where... Oh, a green dragon. Cool.
This menu's going horribly.
Oh, sorry. We mentioned earlier the Waterfall Cavern is the other place where the emergency exit's really helpful. Because lots of encounters. I'm going to get a lot of encounters here, and it's frustrating, but it's also expected. Encounter, like, levels are per floor, like, per area you're on. The game can assign threat level 1 to 5. And this is, I think... Is this the only other time we see where else is there a 5?
Sorry, 1 second. I think my I can't do my left glitch.
Uh-oh. What's going on?
I don't know, it's just not working. I'm going to turn off my controller really quick.
Uh-oh. You want me to stop?
Nah, you're good. I'll catch up.
No, here, I'll wait on you. Let me know when you're back. And I'll just keep talking. So yeah, this area, it's one floor. So it's not like you go onto another floor and there's another threat level. It's one floor. It's a big open space, and the entire floor is threat level 5. It's as high as it goes. Now, fortunately, most of the encounters are not that dangerous. Can't do that much to you. There's a couple. There's like one that's unrunnable, and then there's another one that is theoretically runnable, but I never bother. I always kill them just because it's kind of hard to run from. But then you have to walk all the way back out. Some people, if they have an emergency exit, will get what you need at the end and then teleport out, which saves you sometimes 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay, it's working again.
You good? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Onward I go.
Okay. I don't know if I just messed up my menu or if my controller wasn't working or what was happening, but it was giving me
Neither would
problems.
shock me.
Was that a compliment or an insult?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, no! Whew, that was close. And then I want to go to... and... This is also kind of a weird menu, honestly.
Yeah, the ribbon menu, which is what Octini's doing right now, honestly is one of my favorites. It's weird. But so basically every menu we've done so far, we get an item that we don't actually want and use it to create new items. Once we get our ribbon, we use the ribbon to create the Gigantax, which we don't want or need.
Oh,
and
wait,
then
back.
we use that Gigantax to create more ribbons, which I just think is super fun.
Yes. And we create a couple extra that we're gonna equip later on.
Yes. All right.
See,
My turn for the Kraken fight.
you say Gigantax. I say Gigantax.
Hey, one turn Kraken.
Yeah, it's interesting because we dupe the Gigantax, and then we put it on the warrior, immediately take it off so that we can get ribbons. We just need it in our inventory.
Yes.
Muy gigante.
If I have a good waterfall cavern, we can close some time here.
Yeah, but
yeah.
you just said if I have a good waterfall cavern.
Hey, I believe.
Well,
But
you might not have to have such a good waterfall cavern because I apparently can't move.
oh no.
I mean, I can move. I'm moving badly. And moving badly in Waterfall Cavern is a death sentence. Any wasted movement in there, you will pay for.
Ambushed.
All right, I'm out. Oh no, what were you ambushed by?
Trolls.
Ah. The bats better be afraid of me. I'm terrifying. Boy, I sure hope I remember my airship movement.
Do you know what's our global record in FF1 races? Do you know?
Like you versus me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, it would not shock me if we're tied.
That's what I feel like. I think if we
Little blue
don't
hair boy,
count,
do not even think about it.
do it.
Oh no, you better not, little blue hair. No. Go the other way. Go the other way. Thank you. Okay, sorry. You were saying?
You're good. I think if we don't count the relay, which I don't know if you were or not, we're tied.
I'd count that.
I can't remember how many times we've raced.
A lot.
Yeah.
Like at least 10 at this point.
Yeah. Octini and I have done this a lot, sometimes for marathons, sometimes just
for kicks and giggles.
One of us was practicing, the other one said, hey, this could be fun. And then, to me, one of the most fun things we've done, last year, we both ran FF1 for the Final Fantasy Relay. Goodness. Which was a lot of fun.
I couldn't remember what I was supposed to buy just then. I was like, I think it's haste. Is it haste?
Yes. We used to buy Blizzara there.
I almost bought Blizzara. And I was like, wait, why? Why do I want that?
We don't buy it anymore.
We do not buy it anymore.
Hey, Robot was in a kind spot in Waterfall. No extra movement.
I'm already on my third encounter on the first floor of Mount Golg.
Oh, gross.
Fourth encounter. 4 encounters on the first floor. Oh my goodness gracious. Like, I know my Mount Golg movement isn't that great, but come on.
Come on. Warrior. GC2 ribbon.
So Mount Golg is where I am. It's the fire dungeon. And you know that game that you played when you were young called The Floor is Lava? We play that here, but we do the opposite of what you usually do in that game, and we intentionally stay on the lava. The floor is lava is good.
Yeah. The reason we do that, so every lava tile deals damage to you, which you would think, oh, that's bad, avoid them. But all of the damage-dealing tiles in this game have a 0% encounter rate. And it's much faster to take damage than it is to get a fight. So it's possible to get through Mount Gold with no encounters.
Very uncommon.
Not likely. But it's pretty common to only have 1 or 2 encounters in Mount Gold.
And I've had like 6 or 7.
Hey. My waterfall is going...
I made it to Marilith.
Decently.
I'm scrolling through my notes. Because I'm pretty far behind on my notes. And I'm going to need
go close his notes. Get rid of them.
Hey! To attack Marilith. Oh, is it really? That's cool. Thank you, Mechalink.
And there were, like, in Ice Cavern, there were, like, some ice spikes on the floor that follow the same mechanics. But they're not everywhere, unlike Mount Gold.
Right. Okay. I'm scrolling in my notes all the way down to the chaos menu. Because I should be good until then.
Yeah, I'm planning on doing that in the Marilith cutscene.
It's a weird menu. I don't know why it's so hard for me to remember. It's not long. It's really short. It's just kind of strange.
It's because we've done so many not Rat Jam routes.
That's true.
And now we have to do Crystal Mail. The name of this new route is called Rat Jam. Because we used to have to get an item called Rat's Tail, which is what you needed for the class upgrade. And then I think it was Octini was like, hey...
No, it wasn't. It was Mutsky.
Oh, okay. And then you brought it.
He doesn't even run the game anymore.
No.
But he's still in the Discord. And we were talking about the new route and the fact that it allowed us to skip the rat tail. And Mutsky made a joke about Rat Jam and it just kind of stuck. Rat Jam, an S tier emote, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I do really like Squirtle Jam.
Oh, the emote. I was like, what route is Squirtle Jam? Why haven't I heard of this route?
The emote. No. Oh man, this is a really good Mount Golg.
Have you not gotten any encounters yet?
I haven't gotten a single one. And I'm on the 4th floor. I
Go
should
fast.
heal.
Go fast. All right, I got blocked in for like a second and a half in wherever the heck that I don't know what is the name of that town. We're getting
Lufinia?
times.
Yeah,
There
Lufinia.
you go. Yeah. That town is kind of notorious for blocking you in. Oh, I didn't need to use Fyraga. I could have used Fyra.
Hey, so remember
Fira.
how we said it's really rare to have a 0 encounter Mount Golg?
Did you just get it?
Yep.
Ah. If you beat me because you had the world's best Mount Golg, I'm gonna be so not actually angry.
Which, actually, my first floor, my movement was not perfect. I was like, oh no, oh no.
I mean, my Mount Golg movement is never perfect.
Your Mount Golg movement is terrible, and you always have better luck than I do.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. It actually
just
makes
good
me
like that.
really annoyed.
I'm just good like that. I never practice my Mount Golg movement. I just kind of shrug and say, good enough.
Octini messaged me the other week and goes, hey, how do I make my Mount Golg movement better? And I was like, make a save state and practice it over and over and over again. He goes, what?
What's this practice? What is this practice that you speak of?
Which is extra funny to me because we're both musicians. What is practice?
Well, I'm in the whatever the thing is called before the Flying Fortress. Vortex?
Mirage Tower.
Mirage Tower. Why did I say Vortex? I don't know.
No idea. And I am on the walk to Lufinia.
I want to say maybe one of the floors, not both of them, but one of the floors in the Mirage Tower has a level 5 encounter rate.
A level 5 encounter rate? Is that?
Yeah, like the highest.
Is that what you call it?
Or whatever.
I had no idea it was level 5.
Oh, I think that's what it is. I could be wrong. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, at least one of the floors, if not both of them, is the same encounter rate as Waterfall Cavern. But you're not there nearly as long.
Yeah, it's pretty short. And now I'm in the Flying Fortress.
Which is where we discover that this game is steampunk.
Say what?
That's where we discover this is a steampunk game.
Yeah, we do. This is the lair of the last of the 4 fiends.
Yes.
So we're getting semi close to the end.
Yeah. So after we defeat Lich, we go back to where it all began, where we fought Garland at the beginning of the game, which I don't think we even talked about, actually. But we go back to that temple, and then we go 2,000 years into the past. Because plot. Where we fight all 4 of the fiends again, and then we fight Chaos, who, spoiler alert, is Garland. Which is why I really want to play Strangers of Paradise, because how do we get there? How does Jack Garland become Chaos?
All right, Warmech time. Warmech time. Make it happen. Make it happen, game. Oh, no Warmech.
Goodness, you're so far ahead of me.
All right, so the floor that I'm on right now, right before you get to the boss, there's an incredibly rare encounter that can only happen on this floor. Riles has never, ever gotten it. I've gotten it once, and it happened in a marathon. Hang on one sec. Magic, haste. There we go. Anyway, it happened in a marathon, and I was really, really excited about it. And I have not seen it since or before or anything. And it was the hypest moment of my life. But it's called a Warmech. And you run from it, because you run from any encounter, but especially you run from the Warmech. I don't know, because I've only seen one once, and I ran from it, but my understanding is it will wreck you. And I think there are some people who fight them for glory. Like, if they get it, they fight it just to say that I fought the war mech and survived. I'm going to get that on a t-shirt. I fought war mech and lived.
But you didn't.
But I didn't. I'm just saying I would get it on a t-shirt. Or I could be a liar and get it anyway.
Yeah, I think you have to use like the same strategies that would use for any of the bosses.
That makes sense. Anyway, I did not see one there, but I was hoping Marathon Luck would strike again. I had a really good Tiamat fight. He did not get off an attack. Because I hasted my thief.
Oh, nice.
That's the only fiend fight that I haste for.
Do you haste any of the Chaos Temple ones?
Tiamat, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, I do it the exact same way. Whoops, I went way too far south. All right, we are back in the Chaos Shrine. And like Ryle said, this is where it started. This is where we had our first boss fight. If you can call Garland a boss fight. Dude's a wimp.
I mean, to be fair, he takes more attacks than any of the other bosses we fight in this game for the most part.
Because we have a stick.
We hit him with a light bulb.
We're hitting him with a stick. And he still goes down like a sack of potatoes. So this is kind of interesting. Not right this second, but soon, in a couple of screens, we have to play the lute to gain access to the shrine. And we got the loot way back at the very beginning. Hang on, save time. Yeah, we got the loot way back at the very beginning. In other versions of the game, it is possible to walk out of the room without getting the loot. Oh, yeah. I didn't mean haste there. Oh, well. In the PSP version, fortunately, you can, if you try and leave without getting the loot, because you get it from Princess Sarah at the very beginning, like right after you rescue her. If you try and leave, she will stop you. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, I'm going the wrong way.
Good.
I need to stop talking. I am too with unrunnables.
Not Lich. Tiamat.
There we go. Now we go south. 3 for 3 with unrunnables. Oh, you know what?
Good.
I might have been wrong. Can you run from the dragon zombies?
Dragon zombies.
I don't think you can. I think
No,
the only
you
dragons you can run from here are the ice dragons, which you shouldn't do.
Yeah. Yeah, dragon zombies you can't run from basically anything undead in this game. Well, except for like the zombies. But
and Judgment Staff green dragons? I think Judgment Staff. I hope so.
Yes, Judgment Staff. Okay, I'm in my Tiamat cutscene.
Okay, cool. Whoops. I took that one tile too low. Jeez. Oh, whoops.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We diss each other a lot more than I would anybody else. I'm not allowed to be supportive of Octini.
Finally, I think this is my 5th or 6th encounter in the Chaos Shrine, and that was the first one I had the ability to run from.
Oh, wow.
That was absurd. It's not a good start.
Ugh. I got an encounter like right before I got to the teleport pad in the air fortress.
Oh, I hate that. I hate when you get fights in between the fiend and leaving the dungeon.
Yeah, like it feels like you should be done.
Uh-huh. I don't think I've ever wiped on one of those, but I feel like it could happen. If you have bad habits and you like have a tendency to wait to revive people until you're like out of the dungeon, I could see an unexpected encounter wiping you out.
Have you played the loot yet?
Yes, I just did.
Okay.
And I have since gotten 2 more unrunnables. Well, if nothing else, we are going to be buff as heck for the chaos fight. We
That'll
have
be
so
nice.
many levels.
How's your health?
It's good. Oh no. Okay, I'm not even going to try and run. We're just going to wipe these suckers out. My black mage is at 246, but everybody else is up over 300.
Oh yeah, that's
including
not
white
bad at all.
mage, which is the one I care about. I am going to have to ether. You know what? I'm going to do it right now, actually. Items. Black mage was down to 12 MP.
Huh. Green dragons.
Purple worms, purple worms. Only want to see you fighting with the purple worms. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Okay, where are you at?
I'm almost to the loot.
Okay. He's catching up. He's catching up. It's going to come down to chaos, isn't it?
Probably. Okay, so to explain the final boss fight, just so that way we don't have to try and think and do it at the same time.
Right.
Um,
Thank you.
Chaos can do one of 3 things. He can do a physical attack, which hurts, but actually is fast
best case
and
scenario.
Yeah, it's best case scenario.
Both because it only hurts one person and because it's fast.
Yes. He can cast an AoE spell, or he can use an AoE skill, which is just a beefed up spell. The skills and the spells are on a cycle.
Don't do it.
So he will always... Did you just get flared?
Yes.
Oh no.
Die, you son of a... Thank you. Oh my god. And I didn't heal. I didn't heal beforehand.
Oh, you got lucky.
I did. I got so lucky. Oh, where are my Phoenix Downs? There they are.
Anyways, the skills and the spells are always on a specific rotation. So we know with decent certainty what he's going to do next, or what the chances of them are. Additionally, the skills get more and more damaging as he gets through the rotation. So sometimes he'll just spam through skills, and that's like worst case scenario. That's basically a reset. Spells aren't great, but it can be okay. But we really want him to auto attack. If he spams through spells, one of the last spells in his rotation is Garaja, which is terrible because that basically resets the fight on his end.
And the fight's already like 4 minutes long.
Save before Lich, just in case. We should be okay.
Oh, well, that was terrifying.
Okay. Aw, darn it. So I sometimes use haste on Lich. Oh, he's gonna flare me too.
You are catching up, because I just did Merilith. So you're only one fiend behind me now.
Okay, cool. That's Lich down. That was an okay fight. But if Black Mage could have gotten his haste off before Thief attacked, then we would have killed Lich first turn, which would have been great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Merilith and Kraken really aren't a problem. Tiamat generally isn't an issue. It can just go long.
Getting a lot of unrunnable.
Are red dragons runnable?
I don't know. I want to say no, but I'm not sure.
I'm just gonna drop adjustment F.
I did a silly thing.
You did a silly thing.
Oh no! I did another silly thing.
Oh no.
Gosh darn it.
Is Octini throwing the race?
I might be a little bit. I had some water elementals and I used Thundara.
Oh, yeah, because that makes sense.
Because that makes sense. And on other water type enemies, it works fine. But on water elementals, it doesn't. We're supposed to use Blizzara, but we don't buy Blizzara anymore. Oh my gosh, I have another one. There's 3 water elemental fights in a row. The second one, I realized my mistake, so I moved down thinking I was going to move to items so I could do Judgment Staff, but I accidentally told him to defend. So then I had to wait a whole turn.
Are you Kraken yet?
No, are you?
I just passed the tombstones on the floor.
I think I'm in the wrong place. What did I do? Oh no, where am I?
I'm a Kraken.
I got so tilted that I took a wrong turn somewhere.
Oh no.
Oh crap, I legitimately have no idea where I am. Hang on.
If you're still in your water elemental fight, go left and then down. Once you get out of the fight. You're going the wrong way.
Am I seriously?
Well, I don't know exactly where you are right now, but you were. I mean, I'm looking at the stream, so.
Oh, this is a problem. Oh no! I don't know where I'm at. I'm looking at the map right now, trying to figure out where the heck I am.
Okay. I just killed Tiamat. Chaos might be mean to me, though. Oh, I also forgot to heal, and I just got a purple worm fight. White Mage should be able to deal with this. Okay, you're on track now.
Yeah. Welp. That was a problem.
It's okay. I got 3 purple worms, which take 2 judgment staffs to deal with, and my black mage is dead, so... Oh, wow. Apparently they take more than 2 judgment staffs if it's white mage.
I just got ambushed, so that's cool. I'd been getting a ton of encounters, but fortunately they were kind of cooperating. And then I'm finally back on track, and I get an ambush.
I should revive this guy.
Oh boy, okay, here we go.
Okay, so for this menu before Chaos, I'm going to give my Black Mage a ribbon, first off, to help him not die. And I'm also going to give him a Barbarian Sword, because once he casts Haste, the most useful thing he can do is attack. And then I would need my White Mage to be slow, so we're going to get rid of these black guards and give her Crystal Mail, and then give Sage Staff back.
It seems counterintuitive that we want one of our party members to be really slow, but all she's going to do the entire fight is heal, and we don't really want her healing too early.
Yeah, she needs to heal after Chaos does his turn. Otherwise, we are in trouble. Okay, I'm starting Chaos fight.
Yes, okay, I got my haste off for Tiamat, so Tiamat should be okay.
Cool. Time is right when I kill Chaos, which is like 5 or 6 turns. Maybe more than that, if things go poorly. I don't know exactly. I'm terrible at adding numbers quickly, so I've never counted health.
Man, somehow that was still a 3-turn fight, despite the first turn haste.
Turn 1 of this fight is all set up. We throw some Giant's Tonics, some haste, and the only thing White Mage will do during this fight is cast Heal Aura. And Chaos opened with Flare, which is not fun. Oh, you do know this run. That's right. But if one of my characters, a lot of them are, I'm going to do a second turn of setup. I play this fight really safe. Octini does not. So that might actually be one of the game changers. But if someone is below 300 health, you usually want to use a high potion to help them not die. Ooh, he used an attack second turn. Okay, so we'll be good on setup now. Black Mage is going to haste himself and then just start attacking.
Crisco, it is not the first time. I have blown Chaos Shrine leads before.
Yeah, but the last time it happened, it was just because you got unlucky.
Yeah, I got really bad encounter luck. This was me just getting lost on one of the floors. Which is
From this point, I should just be able to hold X on my controller until the end of the fight. Because we got a pretty good setup. He hasn't used too many skills. So, time's coming up pretty soon for me.
Okay, I got Blizzaga to open, which could be worse.
Oh, Slora's annoying. Do I want to rehaste? Nah.
Come on, give me 150. Give me 150 at least.
Tsunami. So after Tsunami, his next skill is Cyclone, which can hurt a lot. Are we okay on health?
Blaze, second turn.
If he uses Cyclone and we survive it, we're pretty safe. Thundaga, that's okay. Because after Cyclone in the skill order is Earthquake, but since everyone has ribbons, we are immune to Earthquake. Time.
Oh, sweet. Slowra missed.
Hey, that's actually super nice.
Yeah. Okay, the Blaze didn't actually do as much damage as I thought it might, so I'm doing okay. I am set now. I've got all three of my dudes attacking. As long as he's not too big a jerk, we should be fine.
Your setup looks really good.
Yeah, I should be all right on health. That was Tsunami. That's the second most powerful attack he is, and I should be fine.
Yeah.
White Mage is a little bit low, but it's fine.
Yeah, and then there's some exposition here if you're, really interested in the schedule or in the plot. Sorry, I read the word schedule.
I'm probably 2 turns away, maybe 3. I lost count. Basically, Chaos for me usually takes either 14 or 15 attacks, and I try and count them, but
yeah,
I'm too in my head about getting lost earlier. Yeah. I'm mad about that. So.
To be honest, I'm super happy with a 131 though.
Time. Yeah, I can live with that.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, those are neither of us. I've done this run maybe 4 times in the last year. And to get a 131 while that rusty, I feel great about. So.
Yep. Riles, bump it. Did you bump it?
I tried.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how you did, but okay, cool. But yeah, so that's Final Fantasy 1 PSP. If you like Final Fantasy runs, I'm doing a lot of Final Fantasy 2 Pixel Remaster over on my stream right now, twitch.tv/Riles_G. Trying to get ready for the Final Fantasy Relay, where I might be on one of the teams. So that's basically what I'm working on. I'm on summer break. I'm a teacher, so
And
come hang out.
if you like FF runs, I'm doing a lot of FF runs over on my channel, twitch.tv/octini. Technically, that was not a lie.
Nope. But his are Fatal Frame, which is a spooky ghost game.
We joke that I've decided I'm only going to speedrun games with the initials FF. So I need to learn Final Fight. There's a series of games called Final Fight. I need to learn those. Anyway.
Yes. Crisco, the relay is scheduled for August. There are no fine dates yet. We're still in they are still in the selection phase. So, but yeah, that's Final Fantasy 1 PSP. Thanks for hanging out, everybody.
Yeah, thanks so much, everyone. That was great. I had a blast. I'm glad I finished.
Yeah.
We're both very rusty.
It's true. But stick around for Mecha Link running Legend of Mana. Yes, Legend of Mana HD Remastered.
Good.
And keep donating money for the ACLU,
yes,
because
please do.
That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, reproductive rights are human rights, y'all.
This is true.
People should have bodily autonomy. And it's some BS that some people think they shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, thanks so much for having us, everybody. Bye!
Bye!